Sravya. So we will start in 1 or 2 minutes. I like to share about you. Yes. So friends, today we are on day 14th of our Soul Food Retreat. We all know that every day, every master is coming and sharing their wonderful wisdom, and we are all taking it in and we are all learning it. And mostly every day, each master is sharing the same thing at the end: meditation and implementation, whatever the wisdom is shared. So today with us, we have a wonderful master, a very good friend of mine. I've known her very recently, but she's an amazing master. She's always active. She does a lot of activities in PSSM. She's mostly into software, taking care of the websites and everything. So I'm really happy to hear her experiences and her talk today. I've recently heard about her experiences in one of the interviews, and it was really amazing. I am so blessed to know this master, and I would like to share a little bit about Sravya here. And Sravya is an IT employee, meditation coach, and spiritual master. She has extensively given over 100 plus sessions on meditation, which is online and in meditation centers. She has been practicing meditation over 13 years. She teaches to everyone whomsoever she comes across. She has read over 100 plus spiritual books and practices meditation every day. She contributes herself into many spiritual volunteer activities across the globe to spread the message of meditation through IT technology and social media. So, friends, once you know meditation, it is very important to share. And we all, whoever are into this path, we all know the value of meditation and the taste of it. So we will not keep calm, and we wanted to share. And Shravya is one among them. And she's doing amazing work. And we welcome you, Shravya, and we are very open to receive whatever you share with us today. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah.
First of all, thank you, Madhu, and thank you to the entire team for having me here today.
Thank you.
So,
Yes, Shravya, before we start, if you can just share, I've just shared what you have shared with me, but if you can share a little bit about your journey and then getting into the topic, that will be great, Shravya.
so how much time do we have? It's 1 hour.
We have 1.5 hour
Okay.
altogether, so with meditation and question and answers, and then the topic.
Okay. So, friends, my name is Sravya. I am into Anapanasati meditation from past 13 years. And before going deep into my journey, just now Madhu was saying that she knew me from very recent times, but I know her from a very long time. So I've been a follower of their works, Ram's and Madhu's work, from a very long time, from the time they have been into Egypt. So I used to see all the Facebook, Instagram, whatever was possible. I used to just have a eye on that what are the activities happening. And so I know Ram and Madhu from quite a long time from my view. So first of all, once again, thanks a lot for having me here. So, from past 13 years, I'm into Anapanasati meditation, and 2 years before that, I was introduced to the world of spirituality through Reiki. Uh, but after I learned it, after I went to that workshop, I was very clear on the purpose of my life that it is totally about spirituality. That one clarity it gave, I got when I was around 14 years, that my life purpose is completely dedicated to spirituality. But still, I was waiting for the right path to come, right meditation to come. So after 2 years, through my aunt, DL Rajeswari ji, I came to know, I was introduced about Anapanasati meditation. Then I thought, why not give a try? And I gave a try for 40 days, and there were so many experiences. I got so much clarity, and at that time, somebody gave me the CD, spiritual reality. Those time it was CD, so I saw this spiritual reality, and it added much more clarity. So then I decided that this is the path. This is the movement, and I will continue doing a lot of meditation. First of all, so I used to teach, I used to go to centers, I used to read books, interact with masters. All these things used to happen. So almost for first 7 years, I was totally into practice of meditation. And yes, I used to teach to whomever I used to come across. So those were my initial 7 to 8 years of journey in meditation. I wanted to teach a lot outside, but I didn't knew how to approach, whom to approach, how do I extend my services. So whomever I used to come across, as I said, I used to teach meditation, and I always waited for the right opportunity, which will come in my way, and which when I will knock, I can give all my contribution. So after that, it was my study time. After that, I chose my career. I started working. Then after a time of around 7 to 8 years, I happened to actually meet Patriji properly. And after that, doors really opened up for me, where I started contributing more. And now today, along with, there is, I would say, hardly now I practice meditation. I do it for some time in a day, a very minimalistic, as any other pyramid master would do. But most of the times, go and my or our team here in Bangalore, we mostly teach or spread meditation through the digital wings, all the digital platforms. We are never mostly not seen on the fields, but we mostly do all the prachara through the digital media. So that's a little about myself. So now today I got a opportunity to speak about some. I wanted to speak about a sector or a category or a department where my specialization, a bit of specialization exists. So I'm still exploring in that field, but whatever my experiences are, I'd like to share it with all of you people. So it's about wonders of the mind. So we will just not say about the wonders of the mind, but we'll also say about the blunders which happens because of the mind. So before getting there, before seeing about the wonders of the mind, let's see from where actually this mind exists. So we all think, at least I used to think in the earlier years, that mind is a part of the physical body. It is somewhere here which keeps thinking. Very recently, I got this clarity that mind is not the part of the physical body, but it is the part of the astral body, which is the third body. We all know that we are seven bodies. We are a package of seven bodies. So, which is physical body, etheric body, astral body, mental body, causal body, supracausal body, and nirvanic body. So, in all these bodies, the third body, astral body, our mind is a part of the astral body. In this earth's dimension, who's the ruler? It's not the body, it's not the soul, it's not the intellect, it is the mind. Mind is the ruler of the earth. That is why there is so much of chaos on the earth. Except for a pyramid master or a meditator or very few non meditators, you will see everybody life is full of suffering, full of pain. There's a lot of ups and downs, there's a lot of confusion, because here the ruler is the mind. I'll tell you one experience which I just got 2 days before. There was a lot of changes happening around me. So many situations were happening. People were coming and going, a lot of change in energy. So many things were happening. And I was in a urge, almost my mind was, there was a lot of waves inside my mind. Immediately, I just closed my mind and I thought, in this moment, I should be filled. I should apply my wisdom here, my knowledge, the higher truth. I just closed my eyes and I just requested to show me the truth. And immediately I saw a world which was full of energies. Whatever we think was getting manifested. There was no fights, no quarrels. It was only peace, only peace, only peace, only energy, only high vibrations. Then, the moment I opened my eyes, my frequency shifted and everything got settled. But in that Through that vision, what I understood is whatever is the ups and downs, the negativity, so called negativity, the so called quarrels, all that happen here because of the mind. Not even because of the mind, but because of the thoughts in the mind. So, who's the ruler here? It's the mind. But whoever who does meditation, they actually, when they sit in meditation, they give the primary seat to the consciousness. They say, hey, you rule the life, not me. I'm going to take a back seat. That's what we do in meditation. We observe our breath. Because of that, the thoughts become zero. The mind settles down. No more mind, a no mind state, thoughtless state. And what happens? Our consciousness drives it, our soul drives it. That is why people in meditation, they feel very happy. And after meditation, they feel as if their life is changed. You ask any person who does meditation for a day, for a week, for a month, or for definitely for 40 days, they'll find a lot of difference in their life. That's because they have given the back seat to the mind and the front seat to the consciousness. But anyone who's not doing meditation, they will see a hell in their life, at least at some point of the other or at some phase of other. That's because here the mind is the ruler. Whereas in the higher worlds, mind exists, but that's not the ruler there. There the consciousness overtakes, there the energies overtake, the truth overtakes, but here the mind, the thoughts overtakes. And this mind is there in the astral body. But you see the connection of the seven bodies. We think, okay, causal body, supracausal body, yes, they all are higher bodies, subtle bodies, because it is more near to the consciousness. But we all are very much connected because the mind which is there in the astral body, we are thinking, we are catching others' thoughts. All these things happen. How? If we all the seven bodies are not connected, if we are not in tune with the other bodies. Next thing, what we need to understand here is what is there any difference between thinking and thoughts? There are two things here which we actually think is the same. There are two things. One is thinking and the other one is thoughts. Thinking is something which we consciously do, like an action which is happening consciously. Like, for example, I want to plan my day tomorrow. I consciously think what I need to do tomorrow. What is how my structure of the day is going to be. So it's not randomly that I'm thinking, but I'm thinking something, it's a conscious thought, it's a conscious choice of mine to think and plan for something. For example, if an organizer is there, the organizer, if they're arranging all these meetings and all, how are they doing? They're consciously, they have decided and they're thinking whom to call, whom not to call, whom to call, when they schedule it. So it's a conscious choice. We think. Okay. So that is thinking, that which a person does with a choice consciously. The other thing, apart from anything apart from thinking, are the thoughts. Like there are a lot of thoughts around us because everybody thinks and there are a lot of thoughts around us and we catch those thoughts but we think that those are our thoughts and we again go in that web and we start connecting to one thought after the other. So there are two things. Always we should understand, is it ours or is it others? I'll tell you for an example what happened in a very recent time. When I was in office, I was driving a meeting. So I was looking into the big picture of the project because I'm a person who drives the project, who assigns, so all these things were there. So I was looking at the overall project and there were almost a team of 7 members. But continuously, I was thinking, I started thinking, what is my task? What is my task? What is my task? For 1 or 2 minutes, I was lost. I was just looking, what is my task? Suddenly, I realized in this whole project, the project is only mine. How can one task or two tasks can be mine? When I own the whole project, how can one or two tasks could be mine? Then I immediately thought, I understood it's not my thought, it's somebody else's. And I am able to connect because we all are in the same zone. So they are thinking something and I'm connecting and I'm thinking I've mistaken it as mine. So I was calm and I was continuing. Then suddenly from somebody, they were asking questions. Hey, what is my task? Tell me. Then I understood, okay, it's again proven it's not mine, it is others. So many times it is others' thought which we think and we get depressed. Somebody else is feeling bad for something and you tend to feel bad something without any reason. So we should always be very aware, is it our thought or not? We go to a shop, we go outside, suddenly we become dull because we are not conscious, we are not aware there. So always we must be aware. Now, coming to the third aspect, which is very important. Wherever, whenever we think something, okay, our astral body goes there. Like, because where is the mind? It's in the astral body. So it's like vice versa. Whatever the mind thinks, the astral body goes there. You all would have experienced it. Means, suppose if I'm thinking about a person, okay, what happens? My thought travels very quickly, and immediately my astral body goes behind it. So, whatever energies are there, whatever conversations are happening, that the astral body sees. I'll tell you for an example. Very recently, in the recent times, when I was reading a book called as Untold Story of Sita, I was reading a book, I was reading that, and there in that conversation, few people were there. Sita Devi, she has invited certain some guests actually turn up to her home, and she asks her whoever is staying with her, she asks them to prepare a meal for them. She agrees and she goes to the kitchen and she starts preparing a meal. When I was reading this conversation, what happened suddenly? I got a fragrance of a sweet, and I was thinking it was almost midnight, 1 or 2. So there was no chance that I could actually smell it because everybody was sleeping and there was nothing, no such sweet was prepared in my home. But suddenly I got it. I didn't understand how did this happen? How could I smell it? But later I understood that once when I was reading the book, I connected to it. I was thinking, okay, something happened. When I was thinking, my astral body went to the situation where it actually happened. And so some people have some kind of senses. So at that point of time, my fragrance, that smell was, my telepathic ability of that thing was strong. So I was able to immediately sense it. Similarly, one day I had a work. I wanted to go to some post office for some work. The moment I thought that I have to go to the post office, what happened? The moment I thought about it, immediately my astral body went there. And there, near that post office, there's a very beautiful tree. And those flowers really give nice fragrance. I was able to smell it. So then I understood. That time I didn't understand, but later I understood that okay, really, whatever we think, our astral body goes there. Many times, if you would have observed, if we think about anything which was not pleasant in our life, I'm sure all of us would have had some events in our past which would have been unpleasant, right? So when we think about it, what happens after a moment, we actually, our energies get drained. If you all have observed, why does that happen? Because that past event has already happened. Maybe you would have quarreled with someone, or you would have lost someone, or some kind of situation would have actually got your energy down. When you think about that thing, what happens? Your astral body goes there, and when your astral body goes there, it connects to those energies which has happened at that point of time. And here you are active, but what happens when your astral body goes there? It gets down immediately. That reflects in your physical body. Many times when you were dull, or something is not nice, but immediately when you read a concept, you feel instantly you come out of it. Why does that happen? Because in that concept, in that truth, high energies are there. And when you connect to it, you connect to those energies and instantly you lift up yourself. It happens very naturally. When we read a book, especially, or when we see a movie or something, when we remember, suddenly things change. That's because we connect to those energies. That's because one of our body goes there. Depends which body, depends on the time. But wherever our thought goes, our mind goes. That's why we have to be very careful about our thoughts. We can't afford to lose the energy. See, I tell all the people whoever attend this, meditation sessions, we sit in hours and hours together, 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, we gather a lot of energy. But with one unnecessary thought, we lose all the energy just in a fraction of a second. It happened to me many times in my life. That's why I keep telling everyone that with meditation, reading right books, and Sajjan Sangati is also very important, because if you do not upgrade your knowledge, if you do not upgrade yourself with the truth, always that energy will be dissipated. So that's why in PSSM, Dhyana, Swadhyaya, Sajjan Sangatya, all these three things has the equal importance. No one says just do meditation and leave, or no one says only read books, because one thing without other is not, it doesn't, give you the complete picture. So it's always very, very, very important that we read a lot of books, gain new information. So reading right books is also very important. And Sajjan Sangatya, when we listen to others' experience or when we share, first of all, when I'm sharing any concept, the first person who's very much benefited by this concept is me. Because, it's getting revised in myself. I'm getting more clarity of how much I know, and it is a revision for me. So my cells, the system inside me, my 7 bodies, everything, it's taking all these things again. The truth is much more going deeper. So first person who's benefited is me. So when we share an experience, first we get benefited because we know, how much we don't know. Or we understand in what dimension we need to get more clarity. And of course, the other person, if you people share your experience with me, some or the other dimension, either it will be a new knowledge or it will be a revision. So that truth will be again, it will give me, it will increase my light. So always these three things are parallelly important. So that's why never go into your past or unnecessarily go into your future. Because when we go there, we connect to those energies here, we dissipate our energy. Again, it takes a lot of time for us. Either we have to consciously come out or do meditation or remind ourselves with some truth. So always we must be very careful of what are we thinking. See, just like if you have radio, there are multiple radio stations. It's our choice to which frequency, we choose to tune ourselves to. Similarly, around you there will be so many cluster of thoughts. Sometimes your own past thoughts, sometimes others' thoughts, negative thoughts, positive, whatever it is. It's your option to which frequency you tend to actually tune yourself to. So always we should only use our mind where it is utmost important. You want to plan anything? Yes, we need that. For planning we need our mind. You want to analyze something which is very critical, we need our mind. You need to set a goal for yourself, we need the mind. Without these things, without a mind, all these few things is not possible. But we need to choose to where we have to use it. I'll give you some examples in my life where I have used my mind very beautifully. I am a person from my childhood, have been, especially after I came into meditation, I play a lot with my mind. I observe my mind a lot. How it is when, if suppose, if I'm alone, how is it? If a person comes, how it changes. If it's a combination of 3 people, how does it change? If it's a combination of 10 people, how does it change? If it's a group consciousness of 100 people, then how does it react? I keep checking, I keep observing it at every point of minute because I want to understand myself better. It gives me more clarity. I'll tell you one example. When I came into Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement in 2007, I have completed my 41 days meditation. Afterwards, yes, I decided this was my path, this was the meditation. Everything was going well. Then, after a point of time, my examinations results were out, and I did not score as I expected. So, obviously, the best opted colleges where I wanted to study, those were not open for me. Maybe I would have got it, but according to the mark list, that was not open for me. So that was just then I came into meditation. And through one of the masters, when I went to some Sajjan Sangati, to a group meditation there, one of the speaker, she was telling that you can achieve anything when your mind is empty, or when you're in meditation state you can achieve anything. So she said anything could be achieved, but do a lot of meditation. And that, even then and even now, I am very lazy. I cannot sit in meditation for hours and hours. Yes, I did actually sit in meditation for long hours in the initial stages. But that time when I was just I entered meditation, and I was thinking, what is actually meditation? It is making your mind empty. Making, that means being in a thoughtless state. If I can be in that thoughtless state for the entire 24 hours, that means I'm in meditation in 24 hours. If I'm in meditation for 24 hours, then according to the theory given by the master, I can achieve anything. Because even we hear a lot of Patriji, a lot of time he says, anything is possible through meditation, anything on this earth. So I thought, let me try it. So what did I do? First of all, out of all the universities, I decided that I wanted to join in the best university. So, so even before going to this incident, I just remembered I wanted to tell you some patterns. So just let me just go a little bit backward. So from my childhood, I was seeing all the different combinations. Staying with people. So I stayed in multiple places. There was not even more than 3 years. I never used to stay in a place because of my parents' transfer. So always it used to be new school, new friends, new society, new environment. Every time before I go to the new environment, I used to consciously choose in my mind what kind of friends I want, what kind of society I want to live in, what how my house should be, where I'm going to live, exactly how many shops should be there. Everything I used to think, okay, I wanted this time like this. And when after 6 months or a year, when we used to get transferred, exactly it used to be like that. Means I don't used to overthink, but I was always clear from my childhood that whatever I want, it can be achieved. So I used to be very clear in my thought what I want. And that kind of reality used to come in front of me. Initially, for few days, yes, I used to enjoy what I created. But after a point of time, I used to feel, no, this is not the thing which I wanted. So I used to change the probability because I had that opportunity of, moving to multiple places. So then I thought, okay, now I don't want these kind of mindsets of people, but I want this kind of people, this kind of society, this kind of house, and, all those things. Next time, when I moved to the next place, exactly what I wanted, everything got manifested. The same kind of people came, the same kind of college, or the environment, everything was as I wanted. But again, I enjoyed that reality for some time. After some time, I was like, no, this is not what I'm searching for. Then I kept on changing. But after a point, I just thought whatever I'm creating is actually, according to me, initially before it's getting created, is a heaven. But afterwards, it's not actually, giving me that inner satisfaction. So finally, when I landed to my, after my plus two exams, then I thought this time I will not choose anything. Let the nature choose for me because I have seen the results of my choice. So this time I leave it to nature. So that time I decided. So that time I used to stay in a city called as Vishakhapatnam, which is in Andhra Pradesh. So I thought, whatever is the best university here, which is good for me, I should get a seat there. And that too, I did not wanted to, study on donations because I know the kind of taunts I will get from my parents every day. So I thought I should get a free seat, which was actually next to impossible for what marks I've scored. So I wanted to study in a university for whatever with a free seat. So that was the choice I made. So I wanted to have the best thing for me, and I left it to the nature what I want. And then my only challenge was to stay in the moment. I wanted to stay in meditation every moment. So I decided that I will not sit in meditation for the whole 24 hours. If I do, people around me will first of all get scared. What happened to her? And I cannot sit till the, from Adi to Anand. So I thought, okay, let me be in this moment. I started practicing, staying in the moment. It took me almost 3 to 3.5 days to gain control over my thoughts. It was very much impossible. Those 3 days was like a nightmare to me. Then I understood how much the thoughts have actually overpowered me. Everything, there was a thought, there was thinking, there was a process involved. Even I was so conscious that I used to observe just before going to sleep. I used to try to make my mind, calm. And after waking up, I used to try not to think anything. So there was a war between me and my mind for 3 days. But I thought, no, I have to win it. I have to win it because otherwise I cannot get a seat. So, I just tried. After 3 days, all the thoughts inside my mind literally vanished. Even if a thought used to come, before it used to enter my aura, I used to see it. And with my approval, it used to come. And if I used to reject from there, it used to go. So I was able to achieve that state in 3 to 4 days. After that, there was a total bliss. There was so much of enjoyment. Nothing actually worried me. Even the thought that will I get it or not, even that didn't worry me. So from the time I started, it almost took me 3 days to go into a thoughtless state. After that, after 3 days, I saw that, for my rank, a counseling was being announced. They actually invited to come and choose the college. Even for that thought, I did not get excited because I cannot think. Because I was in a yagna not to think anything. So I was I was just witnessed it and I just kept it aside. And again that thought was trying to come again and again. I kept it aside because I cannot create any thorns in my way. So I just continued to be in that calm state. After 10 days, I went to the counseling. And after I went there, I there was exactly one seat available in one university where I studied, which was that time a college, but after I studied, it became a deemed university, and that's how I actually got a certificate from a university. And that was the only seat available, and it was a free seat. So people there, my family members, everybody was surprised. How did I get that seat? And all of them started promoting meditation. So they asked me, how is it possible? How did that happen? I said the entire credit goes to meditation. So then all the prachara for meditation, started in my network. So after that, after I got the seat, then I thought, now it is my choice whether to, again start thinking, or or will I continue it. So then I thought something which gave me benefit, let me continue the state. From there, for next 10 days, I just stayed in that state. And that is when actually my clairvoyant or clairaudient telepathic abilities really got increased. I started hearing things, seeing things, just with the, as things happened around, even those things used to happen around me. And I was surprised. Then I understood everyone, if just not during the time of meditation, but even apart from the time of meditation, if they keep their mind calm, that means if they be in that, thought free zone, then there will absolutely be no suffering. Absolutely no suffering. From then, almost next 10 days, I was in that state and I really enjoyed it. And after that, you will not believe, friends, it again took me 3 days to come from that thought free zone to a thoughtful zone. Like how we try to go to a thoughtless state, similarly, once you go there, it is also difficult to come back to a normal state. But that time, I did not get proper guidance, or I should say, I did not seek guidance. So I thought maybe it is abnormal to live that way, and I forcefully came back. So that was an example for me that if one person can gain control over their own thoughts, any person can gain it. So that was the best utilization of mind and thought in my life. So always remember, use your mind or your thought power when you want to create something very beautiful for you, when you want to experience it. But of course, you do not have it in this moment. You can create it beautifully using your mind. But most of us, what we do, we connect to others' thoughts, others' energies, and we think it is ours. We give a lot of suffering to ourselves. We give a lot of suffering to others. Obviously, what we have, that we give. So it is very important that we tame our mind properly. Your mind should always take a back seat. It should always give, allow your soul, allow your consciousness to drive your life. If it is not happening, then start practicing it. Invest more time in meditation, and even after meditation, be mindful of all of your activities. I'll tell you one more scenario how I've used my thought power. When I was studying engineering, there was a myth that I was actually studying in a chemical engineering, and there was a myth that and not even a myth, it was even real till that point of time, that for any person who's studying a civil engineering or from a chemical or a mechanical engineering background, those people do not have fair opportunities to get into IT. So that is when I decided that no, I'll not just get one job, but I'll get two jobs by the time I'm out of the college. So, and I decided I wanted to see both the experiences. One experience where I get my job very easily, like I just go and it comes to me without any effort. And on the second go, it takes me a great deal of effort to get one job, because I wanted to try both the combinations. So I decided, just with the thought, that I want two jobs, one with a lot of ease and one with a lot of toughness. Then all the things started, campus recruitment started, and till the last moment they told, the branches like chemical, mechanical, civil, there's no entry. But I was very confident that I will get it, because I have already created what I want. Only the doors needs to be opened. So I was very confident. I started preparing for myself for the interview. The first company which came, there were two rounds of technical. Then there was an interview. In the interview, for everyone, the interview was only for 10 minutes, because in 10 minutes they were very easily, they were able to understand whether the candidates fit for the role or not. But my interview went for 1.5 hour, and in that 1.5 hour, from nowhere, I don't know from where they got all those questions, which was even out of our textbook. They got many questions, and one after the other question they were shooting. And every question, even though I knew I didn't know the answer, I was trying to applying some subject into it, and I was trying to answer it. So I was not giving the scope for them to reject me. So I was trying to convince. I was not giving up. After 1.5 hours, they said, see, any person who came in just left in 10 minutes. But for you, it's 1.5 hours, and still we are not able to decide whether to take you in or not. Because they knew the questions were tough, but they knew I was not giving up. And it was just, there was something that it was not allowing them to send me out. So then there was one section where, it was rejected and one section selected. But they said, we'll keep your file on our table and we will decide in the nth moment. So then I came out and I started preparing for the HR round without losing any confidence, because I knew I'm going to get it, because that's what I created for myself. Everybody who were with me, they were waiting for the results, but I was the only one who went to the HR section, and I was sitting there for my next interview without they calling me. But after some time, the results were out and I was cleared, and I went to the HR section. After everything was over, then I met the people who interviewed me, and they said, we don't know what happened to us. We could have clearly rejected you, but we couldn't do it, and we just sent you. Something didn't allow us to reject you, and something was pushing us to select you. Then I just smiled and I came from there. So that interview was okay, it happened. And then I got my job. And after that, whoever got the first job was not allowed for the second, because it was a rule that you have to give chance to others. So I thought, yeah, fair enough, and I forgot what I created for myself. And in the happiness, that I got the job, I just left everything. But it was a mandatory rule that you have to write all the exams. I wrote the exams. Generally, it was a multiple choice which we had for the second company. And whenever we all have experience, whatever we choose randomly, it always goes wrong. The probability of that multiple choice to be correct is actually only 1/4, 1/4. So I randomly ticked everything and I came. But to some wonder, I scored really high marks. And even though I rejected it, that I don't want, seeing my marks, they were so impressed that they called me. And actually, I did not even study what I was, I was actually drafting there. So then I went there. After I went there, they asked me, okay, what is your qualification, like what have you studied, what's your background, what all did things did you do. So how easily I talk to a friend in that lot of ease. I was just explaining them, this is the thing, and whatever I've prepared for my first interview, which is not asked there, I was just narrating in this interview. They selected me, and with a dead ease I got that job. So one was very tough, one was very easy, and this whole thing was my own creation. So in this way, in my life, I've created so many realities, so many things with the power of, the thought and mind. So this is how beautifully I create things for myself to experience multiple things. In the same way, initially, because of ignorance, because of no proper knowledge, and even though sometimes, even though, there was knowledge, but because of ignorance and because of no practical implementation, there was also some sort of suffering in my life. But later, after reading a lot of books, after hearing experiences from so many masters, I understood that we are not allowed to even lose ounce of our energy. 90% of the thoughts, even I should say 95% of the thoughts which are around this is not ours. I'll tell you one more small example for this. Once I went to my hometown, the same one situation we were discussing, when we were discussing in my house, there was utmost peace. Even though the situation was little tricky, but still, when we were discussing it at my home, it was very peaceful. There was no war, though no fight, no quarrel, even there was no argument, there was only understanding. The same situation when we reiterated when we were in someone else's place or in a public place, which really happened, there was fights, literally fights, and even I started shouting in the sense a kind of argument. I did not understand what happened. The same thing when we were discussing in the house, things went well, but when we were outside, why it went this way? Why am I arguing so much? Where, I know the truth. Then I understood that the energies around, the thoughts around, that was overpowering me, that was influencing me because I lost my awareness there. So from that time, I started, being more aware. What is happening when I'm in one place? What is happening when I'm in another place? If you all people would have experienced the power of pyramids, wherever there are big, huge structure of pyramids, just when you start going nearby, your mind becomes totally calm, totally empty. When you enter that zone, you become thought free very naturally. Then how is that happening? So that itself tells us, the energies around us. We all are psychic. We easily understand it when we go to a nature spot, or near a river, forest, or inside a pyramid, or where the music is being played. We feel very nice. We feel very soothed because those energies add to our energies. Similarly, when we go to a marketplace, we tend to get down. So it's very important to use. You also have to see where you are thinking. That's why I always tell people, when your energies are low, when you're very tired, do not think about something new. If you have the ability to, think of something new and, channeling those energies, that's a different thing. Otherwise, you'll think that, things are not well. It so happened very recently, some people came to my house. Till that time, I was having a lot of driving force that, I should do this, I should do that. And I'm always a person who's always, driving myself with a lot of projects, this, that. I always have that energies all the time. After those people came and they left, suddenly I felt, what is this life? What are the things? Is it worth living? Then I thought, no, no, no. I don't think this way. These are not my energies. This is not my thoughts. I do not have such, dull vibrations. Wherever I'm always peppy. So then I took a salt water bath, came back. I sat in the pyramid for 15-20 minutes, heard some nice concepts, some music, some nice food. Then I was back to my conscious. Again, I felt like, doing things. So when the energies are low, don't uplift yourself first, then proceed with the works, or do the works which has a lot of energies. So what will happen? It will just pull you out. Whenever we are in the service mode, whenever we are in the mode where we want to give, where we want to teach others, or we want others to benefit, that is when we instantly get our energies get uplifted. So whenever you feel low, just see, just focus, shift your um focus yourself towards the light, and always create beautiful things from your mind, from your thought power. If at all you want to use your mind, the best way to use your mind is shutting down your mind. Otherwise, either shut down or create something beautiful, but do not allow it to create blunders. Mind always creates blunder if it is not in your control. So always ensure your thoughts are in your control. As much as possible, give your mind good music. Apart from meditation, it has to keep hearing a lot of music, nice Hindustani music, because the waves of the mind, they're always ups and downs. Okay, the mind doesn't like breaking something. It knows something, it wants to cling to it. It doesn't try, to go with a new pattern, because something new is like thrill to it. I mean, it doesn't accept it very quickly most of the times. So the music, especially the Hindustani music, what it does, Hindustani music has a lot of ups and downs. It doesn't follow one kind of rhythm. There's a lot of you'll see a lot of waves there. So when you hear a lot of instrumental music, what happens? The waves of the music will actually soothe the waves of your mind, and your mind will relax a lot. So always ensure you give lot of music to your mind apart from the meditation, and also spend lot of try spending a lot of time with nature, like observing any natural things, plants, flowers, or any natural beings, like any kind of insects or animals or small babies. Because when you connect to it, there your mind doesn't work unconsciously, it becomes zero. So always try to give a lot of music apart from meditation, or with meditation, give music and spend a lot of time in nature as much as you can. So these things really breaks the flow of your mind. Again, the mind becomes empty there. And one last important thing which I would like to emphasize is always try to break the patterns as much as possible. Little things, because the mind has a kind of patterns. When you keep breaking the patterns through multiple things, you know then that rigidity in the mind will come down, and you will be more open. For example, every day you sleep on the bed, just try sleeping down. What happens? Your mind is tuned to certain kind of comfort or discomfort. It is tuned to it. Suddenly you change it, it doesn't understand, so there it doesn't work. And meanwhile, your soul takes the experience. One thing, whatever day to day life, what happens? We eat multiple things. Whatever is useful for the body, it takes it. Whatever is not needed, there is an excretory system which excretes it. Similarly, every day in a day to day life, we see a lot of things, we hear a lot of things, we speak a lot of things, a lot of action, so many things happening around us. But everything is not useful to us for sure, right? There's a lot of things which is new, which is useful. So whatever is useful, those things are taken by the consciousness, because consciousness, it wants a lot of experiences, a lot of knowledge. So anything which is new, it takes it. And anything which is not needed by the soul, it excretes out in the form of dreams. So we should be very careful. What are we seeing, what are we looking at, what are we speaking, what are we hearing? Because why to take unnecessary things, why to leave it? So we have to be very careful. That's why most of the times we say, do not care about the dreams. Sometimes it's very haunting, right? Sometimes we feel, thank god the dream is over. All these things comes because of, first of all, we have taken it in. Now through dreams, it is throwing the junk out. If you have observed, many of us, we tend to get the dreams like, I was even getting those kind of dreams even before, sometimes where I was writing my intermediate exam or 10th class exam, and I didn't know any of the questions, answers to the questions. The things we don't like, suddenly it appears again, right? All those things, you know consciously or unconsciously, we have taken it deep in, so it is trying to send it out through dreams. But when we are aware that, okay, actually I am in this moment that has already happened, or if you feel you know it, that is the end to all those things. So be very careful of what we take in, by through our eyes, through the senses, through our listening abilities, or what we speak. We should be very careful. So always try to break the pattern. Whenever you break the pattern, there the mind doesn't work, and we give another opportunity for our soul to take more experience. Small patterns. Every day you're writing with the right hand, try with the left hand. After some time, what happens? Initially you start. After sometimes your mind doesn't work. You, because it's trying to explore the new thing which is happening through the left hand. Sometimes you're giving a session from the table, try to give it from the, from the floor. Or sometimes I give it from the mobile. There what happens, this is a comfort thing to me, but when I give it from a mobile, I have to adjust certain things, or I have to change my hand. So what happens, there the mind doesn't work because it's not tuned to it. Little things, if you see, every person who's cooking food, they never cook in the same way. Most of the times they break the patterns by adding more of spices, or more of water, less of water, changing the ingredients. So we try to create something new. Creativity is nothing. We always think creating something from the unknown, bringing it down. No, actual creativity is two things you mix, you bring something new which was not there. That's also creativity. Two combinations, this is there, but you both, if you bring it together, it becomes a new creation. So always we can create more when the mind is applied to the least, or wherever is needed. So always keep breaking the patterns. There your mind will not work, and your soul will take the maximum experience out of it. So, friends, this is what is my message today through my experiences about the mind. And I hope this was helpful to you, or it would have added a little more information in your experiences, or in to your knowledge. So, over to you, Madhu.
I have no words, Sravya. That was beautifully explained. Beautifully. I mean, starting from saying that mind is a ruler, which is we think otherwise. We don't know that mind is not. We are in control. Like we are always thinking that we are controlling our lives, but no, it's the mind that is controlling us. So you have said it very nicely, and the difference which you have said about thinking our thoughts are it's very amazing, because thinking is like a conscious act, and thoughts are like randomly it's happening. And so amazing experiences that you have shared about the sweets fragrance that you have experienced, and also many experiences. The metaphors are very important. Our life experiences, sharing our life experiences are very important to inspire others. This is my way, and I'm happy to see how you have blended everything, how you have shared small details, and in that details you have shared that we can create whatever we wish to, you know. That's beautifully said. And breaking the patterns, and being aware of the thoughts, speech and hearing. Becoming awareness is the key, not only like while in meditation, but also after meditation, when we are in the day to day life, how to be it. It matters a lot. And I remember Patriji saying once that, I asked him one time that, thank you, Patriji, for breaking my comfort zone.
Hmm.
So then he answered that, I did not break your comfort zone. I want you to be comfortable in every situation, he said. So, and the way you have explained that, today you have slept on the bed, tomorrow you sleep on the floor. So you be comfortable in any situation. Maybe tomorrow you won't be having this kind of, maybe you may not having bed tomorrow. But if you don't have it also, you have to be comfortable. So beautifully said, Shravya, and amazing. Every point you have said is amazing. There's a lot to learn from you, and we really enjoyed. And what do you say? Should we do the meditation first, or listen to our friends' experiences, or what do you
As
suggest? What do you suggest, Shravya?
as per your protocol, as the way you
Okay,
decide.
maybe we will do 10 or 15 minutes meditation, and then we will ask our friends to share.
Yes.
So, yes, maybe you can guide us, Sravya. Yes,
Sure, sure.
perfect. Right, friends.
So, friends, everyone, let's all do meditation for next 15 to 20 minutes. So, sit comfortably wherever you are. Sit comfortably. You can sit on the sofa, on the ground, on the chair, bed. Sit comfortably. Clasp your hands, fingers into fingers. Cross your feet. Close your eyes. Be with your normal and natural breath. Do not chant any mantra. Do not think anything. Do not imagine anything. Just be with your normal and natural breath. Next 20 minutes, let's forget ourselves and go into deep meditation. Do not open your eyes. Observe your breath. No thoughts whatsoever. Be with your normal and natural breath. Do not open your eyes. Always remember that we all are gods. Be with your breath. Last 10 minutes. Be with your breath. Last 5 minutes. Be with your breath. Do not open your eyes. Last 2 minutes. Be with your breath. Place both your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your eyes. Yes, Madhu, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sravya. That was very relaxing and very powerful. The silence was very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll ask our friends here if they want to share any experiences or any questions. So
Mm.
friends, if you want to share anything, please unmute yourself and share your yes. Yes, Balagaru, please go ahead.
Uh, Shravya, wonderful, wonderful session about the mind. I mean, at your age, you comprehended and practiced and experienced so much. It's amazing. I have a quick question. In 3 days, you said you control your mind to zero state. Um, Generally, if we try to control or observe, we get more thoughts. How are you able to do it? Can you please explain?
Hmm. So, so it's actually to keep it more correctly, it's not controlling the mind or thoughts. If you observe the thoughts, you're right, it may link to other thoughts and it may become more. So, when there is darkness, what we do, if we light one lamp, it will make the darkness away. So, similarly, if there are more thoughts, the simple technique is what we are doing in our meditation, same thing. Just observe your breath. Always be with your breath until and unless there are no thoughts. So if there are not thoughts, you don't have to be with your breath. But if there are thoughts, be with your breath. So that's the simple technique which I used. Initially, I tried cutting down the thoughts with the thought, but that did not work. So later, I was just observing my breath, as always with that, and that helped me to totally go into a zero state.
So even not even in meditation, just other than meditation time,
Yeah.
also you are observing your breath.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever
Okay.
work we do, see, one at a time, one work at a time. So suppose I'm reading a book, I'll only read a book. I'll not think about anything. So if I'm sleeping, I'm only sleeping. If I'm cooking, I'm only cooking. So when you're in meditation, be with your breath. When you are apart from when you're not doing meditation, be mindful about your every activity. So either if at all you'll have any thought, that will be converted into an action in that particular action, or you'll be in a thoughtless state. So that's another way. By being mindful, you can cut
Focusing,
down all the thoughts
focusing only on,
on the work that we are doing at that point of time.
yeah, thanks a lot. Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Balakaru, and thank you, Shravya. Swapna, yes, Swapna, please go ahead.
Thank you, Madhu. Hi, Sravya. Another wonderful, wonderful session. I attended your session in the beginning of the lockdown, wherein you were talking a lot about your experiences in Bangalore, the pyramid, and how sleeping under the pyramid helped you to come out of your emotions. It was very inspiring. And today you shared, you gave us great insight into thoughts. So I have a question. As you said, during meditation, we try to focus on the breath, and when we are out, we try to be mindful. Um, I was thinking off late, I was sharing with other masters too, wherein the thoughts have become more. So they said it could be, as you mentioned, either because of the people around us or it could be because of our past life. So, how do we cut these cords? How do we cut these cords with so that others' thoughts don't affect us day to day? Because it is very tricky. Because right now we are at a stage wherein we are trying to go to that thoughtless state, but when we are continuously bombarded with thoughts from others, what is an effective way to cut them? You have any suggestions?
So, it's a very good question. See, what practice I do is whatever works I have in a day. Okay, I'm very clear on them. So first of all, every day I plan my day. So I'm very clear on what are my tasks. I write down all the tasks. I am a total a book and a pen person. So whatever I have in the day, I write it. So I know that these are my works today, or these are the things on which I'm going to focus. So my focus will only be on those works. Apart from that, I know every other thought is not my thought. So that is one practice I do. So I don't allow my mind to think. Anything is here, it will be on the book. So
No.
whatever thoughts I'm getting, I'll keep it on the book. So I will keep my mind empty always. So whatever, apart from that, whatever thoughts are coming, it's obviously not my thoughts. And the second thing, first thing, in fact, the primary thing, you always be with your breath. You be clear what you want. Apart from that, all time you can either be with the work. If the work is not there, be with your breath. So in that way, we cut down all the other thoughts. Thoughts keep coming, that's for sure, either ours or others or whatever it is, but we should learn to ignore them and always be in this moment. So for
Yeah,
that, we have already got a wonderful technique.
because I feel it is very important for us to do this practice because we will be affecting others' thoughts in the family too by
Yeah,
continuously thinking and getting into that vicious circle, right? So,
yeah.
and also about manifestation, I have a question. I don't want to take too much of your time. So, you were saying that whatever you were manifesting, so were you using any other techniques like visual boards or anything, or just the thought?
No other technique. It was whatever I have. In fact, to say it's not a technique, whatever I want, I'm always clear on my goal. As much as it's possible, I'm always clear on my goal. And apart from that one thought, I don't have any other thoughts. So if at all any energy, whatever energy comes, if at all it goes to any thought, it only goes to that thought. So there is no visualization, or there's no other technique I use to manifest anything. If I want anything, I'm clear on what I want and I keep calm, because I believe in nature that whatever has to come will come in time, on time. If it's not coming, is also it's fine. But I'm clear on what I want and I just keep calm always.
Oh, beautiful. So we should not have any doubts. Just believe, just think about that and leave it. That's it, right? So
Right.
so this can be applied to anything that we want to manifest, right? Shravya, be it physical health or anything.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you,
Physical.
thank you. Wonderful session. A really inspiring journey, Shravya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Swapna. Thank you so much. And Adi? Yes, Adi, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, Master Sravya. What a wonderful session. It was just really inspiring. You just opened a lot of thoughts. I'm really grateful to Madhu and Ramesh now for introducing Master Sravya to us today. So I have just one question. So you were talking about your, journey where your journey when you were in college, and being a college student. I just wanted to, I always had this question, I've been doing meditation as well. So I have been manifesting all the things and they have been coming into place.
Mhm.
But, is it the right thing to, just have no expectations at all? Or, you have to, consciously set aside a set of goals and then, work on that? Or just, have no expectations and just take things as they come along?
Right. It's a very actually beautiful question. See, all the things, all the experiments that I've done in my life, I have done those to understand myself better, of what are my limitations and what are not. How far can I, do anything for myself? It's only to understand the bigger picture. And at the initial stages, I used to do a lot of permutations and combinations, of course, harmless, just to experiment how things are going on. But always, if you ask me at this point of time, with whatever knowledge I have, I always believe that the plan of the soul is always higher than the plan of the mind. Seeing few things, okay, seeing the society around, seeing people around, our mind wants something. And we may think that, we actually want it, but as per the soul's plan, it may not be required. Okay, like just for this, let me give you a small example of this. What happened, one of my colleague, she wanted to buy a bike from a very long time, scooty of her own from with her own money. It took her a very long time since she's my colleague. I knew her. One day it so happened she got it. She took all our teammates to the parking lot, and there she showed that this is my new bike. The moment I saw that bike, immediately I felt even I want a new bike. Even I will buy it tomorrow, immediately, the new one. Then immediately I just turned my sight and my bike was right there parked. Then for a moment, I just forgot what I want. Sometimes others' needs or seeing others, we highly get influenced. But if you ask me, everybody comes down with a perfect soul plan of what they want. We sometimes want to learn something, like I always wanted to pursue a lot in singing and other things. After certain not wantedly, not consciously, but sometimes, my some of my past lives got revealed to me, where what I actually wanted to pursue through my mind, I thought that I want to achieve that in this lifetime. I saw that in my past life certain things I've already achieved. Once I saw that, the need, that, or the kind of thought that I wanted, it just went away. Okay, so like once I wanted to learn, I thought, okay, I want, unconsciously, after seeing the movie, I felt, I want a lot of power, a lot of money. Those thoughts were there in my mind for few hours. That night when I went to sleep, I saw myself as, in one of my past lives, I was actually ruling a kingdom. The moment after I woke up, I understood that, okay, in one of my past lives, I actually ruled the kingdom. That means I had fame, I had power, I had that authority to take decisions. So, all those things which I felt after seeing a movie or after certain things, I got influenced that I want that now. But that experience has already happened. So, through mind, if we look, we'll only look in this third dimension. But when we leave it, when you leave that to your soul, the better plan comes. So, yes, the goals are there in my life. I want to achieve something, but it's mostly related to, like the short term projects. If you ask me in my life, like my goal was always to be an enlightened master. My goal was always to gain a lot of knowledge, or whatever projects I'm working, I want to take it to utmost perfection. So, at this point of time, I do not have any other goal apart from these. So yes, if you have a very driving or burning desire to achieve something, yes, go ahead, have goals. But if you don't have any such strong goals, just leave everything to nature and just flow with the nature, because
That's
your
really,
soul
really
is
beautifully
that
explained.
way.
You just totally answered my question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, beautifully explained, Sravya. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And we have Nitin. Nitin, please unmute yourself. You can share.
Hi, Sravya. That was a wonderful session. And ever since I was a kid, I always loved to think. I will always be in my own state of thinking, no matter whatever happens with me. But after your session, even I'm afraid of my thoughts. I mean, to even so that kind of an impact it had on me, because I did not attend much sessions on this topic actually. And I had a question which Swapna ji had already asked. I thought I will ask you another question, as you seems to be very much strong in manifestation and all that. Actually, currently I'm attending an abundance training session with Sri Lashmi Garu. So where one of the thing is, like, we should in this session actually we should never say lack or no for anything. So this happened to be a case that I had to be negotiate with somebody, and the negotiations may involve few lakhs of rupees. But I'm not supposed to negotiate, or I'm not supposed to express my lack. So I, in this scenario, I'm really afraid to manifest it, because in other manifestation, it's just that I'm going to just think about the future, and then I don't. It doesn't involve any loss to me if it happen or doesn't happen. But when it comes to abundance, I'm if this does not manifest to me, I will be losing a few lakhs of money, which I can be used for any good things or charity or something like that. So, as you seems to be very strong in that, how do I develop my confidence in this manifestation? Can you give me some tip?
Okay. Well, first of all, can you explain once again what exactly you were asking for? It's not clear to me.
No, actually, I mean, I'm not so confident in the manifestation process. Actually, you have created your jobs, right? In your manifestation. Likewise, I'm trying to create an abundance.
I
I mean,
understood.
I'm kind, yes. So in this session, I'm not supposed to say no for anything, even though I mean, somebody comes and asks me for any money or something. Even I don't know that guy, I'm supposed to give him. So
Okay.
that manifestation is very tough for me, because my logical mind is not allowing me to think beyond whatever I know.
Mm-hmm.
So hope I conveyed it.
Yes, yes, yes. So, first of all, I will first of all tell you. See, when you talk about confidence, okay, your confidence or your actions, it should be like 100%. We believe in what we want. Like one step you're going forward, saying that I want it, and two steps if you're going back, through your actions, then it will not manifest. If you believe in something, your thoughts, your words, your actions should sync with it. Okay. To answer your question, I'll give you an example. So in one of the in the interviews that I saw, the lady was trying to manifest something. She wanted to go to a different country. She wanted to go to a different country, and she saw this secret movie. So what happened? She started believing that, okay, I'm already in a different country. I'm already going to a different country. So that way, she was always, always trying to create that reality on one hand. How many ever days were passing on? It was going, but she was not able to go to the other country. Then suddenly it clicked her that, if she really wants to go to other country, then she has to, she no more has to be here. She has to pack things. She has to move on, right? So then she started, packing all the things. She almost got it to the neck. That, that means whatever she's thinking in her thoughts, she want to go there. She's continuously saying, I want to go there, but in actions she was not proving it. So what she did, she started actually packing things. She started, slowly selling all the things which are not needed for her, to stay there or to go to other place. And she started putting into action, which actually really worked. That means here the point is only one. When you want something, you have to believe that you got it, or you are creating it through your thoughts, words, and deeds. In thoughts, you're saying, I want it. In words, you're not confident, or in actions, that means you're putting one step forward and two, three steps backward. To give you again an example in my own life, I was in Bangalore. I was in Hyderabad for a point of time, like for 8 months or something. After that, uh, during that time, I met Patriji, and I asked sir, I'm not able to, I want to shift to Bangalore. So can I go or shall I stay back? He said, move ahead, go to Bangalore. So now I was thinking, I fought for, my, wherever I was working, I fought for that place, and I went there. Once I went there, after 8 months, I wanted to now go to another place. Technically, if I go to my office people and I ask, there'll be a lot of discussions. So what I did, I was patiently waiting. So I wanted to go out from that place and I wanted to move to that place. And what happened in Hyderabad, we have to serve a notice period of, no, we have to give a notice of 3 months. So after speaking to Patriji, what I did after coming to my home, I didn't even go to my home. I went to my owner's house and I said, so I'm moving out of this place in 3 months. So consider this as my notice period. Then I went to my home. From there, I exactly didn't knew what was my roadmap. I knew where was my destination, but the path was not yet created. But I firmly believe that I'm going. So you see, in thoughts, I wanted to go. In my words, I wanted to go. In my actions, I wanted to go. Within it was almost 2.5 months, things did not change. Everything was smooth. And I didn't knew from where to initiate, how to initiate. I can't go and ask because I fought for something. Now I can't say I don't want this. So I was just thinking, I was just observing, let things unfold because I know I already created something for me and I have to go there. So what happened suddenly, all of a sudden, my infrastructure was not working. My softwares failed to work. In my system, which was working from past many years, the softwares was stopped working. Then I raised multiple CRs, I tried to reach out for technical help. None of the technicians could help me. And all of them were paid softwares, so they were not again, ready to invest. So multiple things happened. Finally, nothing in my system worked, only in my system. And then it was the decision of my project people, my management, to take me out of the project because things were not working there. And after they said, okay, fine, nothing is working now, we will relieve you. They relieved, and within after that 2 days, 2 or 3 days, I got a transfer to Bangalore. And when did all this happen? When I was serving the last 5 days of my notice period in my house. Means I didn't know where to go next. There was absolutely no clarity in me. I didn't even plan if at all I'm going, if I'll go out of the house, what will I do next? Because I had a firm belief that nature will take care because I know that I'm creating something for me. All the things unfolded in the last moment and very beautifully. It was like today's Tuesday. If Friday I have to, leave the house, all the things started, changing on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And till Thursday, all the things were sorted. Friday, I booked the ticket and I just went. So there I showed my belief in what I wanted. I wanted something, I firmly believed, I spoke only what, which added energy to my to be dream come true. And my actions also were according to the sync of the nature. So I did not wait, okay, the day I will get, then I will serve. No, my actions were also, right, very spontaneous and instant. So I was trying to sync as much as I can. So in this way, whatever you want, be clear on that. And through thoughts, words, and deeds, all three of them, then definitely nothing is impossible on this earth. There are so many, so many case studies, and you yourself will experience it. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, 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 Sravya, very beautifully. Because I did not have any such experience in my life, so I tend to be skeptical and logical. But now I understand that wherever the logic ends, the magic starts. I That is what I get from your answer. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nitin, and thank you, Shravya. Beautifully explained again. Yeah, we have Sankeet here from Qatar. Sankeet, yes, Sankeet, please go ahead.
Hello. Hi,
Yes, Sankeet.
Shravya Master.
Hello, sir. Please go
Yeah, it
ahead.
was very nice session. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
go ahead.
It was very nice session, really. I joined a bit late, but it was very nice. Generally, we want to go to thoughtless state, but you told from thought, we want to go thoughtless state. You were telling from thoughtless to want to come to thoughtful state. That really, that's wording what it was really amazing. So it's like we can manifest anything. We can go to thoughtless, or we can come from thoughtless to thoughtful. Everything we can do it. That is was really excellent. What you had shared your experience. And break the routine is I'm trying to practice regularly, like breaking the patterns. Like example, I am also trying to cut the vegetables with left hand. What happens when we break the routine? No, we are more conscious awareness. We are showing. And when we cut with right hand, what happens? We are perfect with it. So we do fast and we not put much conscious in it. But when we're cutting with the left hand, what happens? We are so much putting our conscious and awareness. We're just observing there only and cutting slowly. Really, that is excellent. We have to break the routine and do it. And recently I did a raw food also with Madhu madam. That was a great experience I gained from that retreat also. And today I will start. You told like you can sleep on the floor also. That today only I will start it. I'll not sleep on the bed. I'll sleep on the floor today. I will start from today only. That break the routine. One more break the routine.
That's great. That's great.
And
Like,
really, it
I'm
was
listening Madhu's raw food diet thing every time. All you people are attending it very well. Well, that's a great thing. Even the raw food, the diet, even that is a break the routine thing. That's wonderful, wonderful, sir. Great.
yeah, thank you. And I attended your session on pyramids also in Zoom once. That also you had explained very nice. Once I attended that session also. It was a really nice explanation. And you are regularly attending, hosting the class also 41 days meditation in Hindi, English also really great and very thanks to you because all the PS masters are somehow they are putting their efforts and we are achieving Patri sir vision of Pyramid Jagat, Sakar Jagat and Pyramid Jagat. We all together will definitely achieve it. We are together with the group conscious, group energies, will definitely achieve it. Really thanks a lot for your
Okay.
classes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sankeet. Thank you for sharing. I know you did this raw food retreat. Amazing. He's in Qatar and he's single. He's doing everything on his own. It's amazing to see how he motivates as well. He always writes beautiful things about how we change our thought when we change our diet. So beautifully he shared. So thank you, Sankeet, for coming up and sharing. Yeah,
Thank you.
and Shravya, I must say that you also added this wonderful point that when your energies are low, don't plan anything new.
Right, right.
Yes, that is very much to be implemented because at that time, if we plan something, it won't manifest because we are so much low that do we cannot do anything at that time. So very beautiful point, and yeah, I will make sure that I will implement that. Yeah, thank you. And we have one more friend, Lakshmi. We will take this last one. I know it's late for you. We will.
No, no, not a problem at all.
Yes, Lakshmi, please go ahead,
Yes,
Lakshmi.
Madhu, thank you. After listening to Shavya's session, I pretty much knew that everyone wants to talk to her. It was really wonderful session, Shavya. and very much impressed by your talk. When you're talking about manifestation, when you're talking about your flashback or a life journey, even I could remember few of the incidents which I used to think, and it happened in life. And I always used to think that is a prayer. But today you gave me a new definition. Like after my engineering, like I wanted to get into Infosys itself, and I had written my exams in November, but I could not clear. I was lost by 1 mark. And but still I had a confidence that the same company will call back me, and sure I will get into the company. And in February I got a job, and it was from Infosys itself. So the offer letter was just issued, it just came to my home. So this is one thing. And second thing is, like, I was always thinking that my offer letter should come after my dad construct a house, then I should get a job, because that's a good point, right? We went into a new home, and it is something good happened, so obviously you will get the good feel. So if you look at the pattern, like I wrote the exam in November, but I didn't get any offer letter. I got it in February after my housewarming ceremony. Housewarming was on February 4th, and my joining date was on February 20th. So there is a pattern. So what I thought, what I got, and it has happened in many incidents in my life. Like what I thought, I have got it. And as you said, like after we thinking, then again we will think that okay, we should have thought something else better. So that is one thing. And regarding how to be thoughtful, like yes, that may need a practice, but during meditation also you will be, though you're focusing on your breathing, but still there will be back of the mind, there will be some of the other thoughts running. How much ever we try to control, maybe for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you will be controlling the thoughts and you are focusing on the meditation. But you can, like for me, I cannot sit for more than 15-20 minutes. Obviously you'll get thoughts, again you will try to focus on the breathing, again you get thoughts, and again you try to focus on the breathing. So having that mindfulness without any thoughts, just focusing on the breathing is also kind of a difficulty. Do you have any tips for here?
See, ma'am, I'll only tell you one thing. If suppose we leave our house for a month, okay, or for a year, we go out for a vacation. Once we come back, first thing that we do is we start cleaning the house, right? When we
Right.
clean the house, what happens? All the dust raises up first. Then, in a while, all the dust gets cleaned, it gets out of the house, and that is when we start enjoying staying in the house. Similarly, when we are new to meditation, or when we have started meditation, or we are practicing, we are in that initial years, what happens from our birth, or from the age of 6 or 7 till our current age, what all the thoughts we have accumulated consciously, unconsciously, all those things, those are accumulated inside us. Whatever we see, whatever we hear, whatever we speak, everything, all those things gets accumulated inside us. And when we do meditation, all these unnecessary thoughts which got inside us consciously or unconsciously, those are trying to find the way out. So what happens? It just arises from nowhere. Even now, even today, when I sit in meditation, after having an experience of 14 years, even today when I sit, sometimes there are a lot of thoughts somewhere which has happened 5-6 years ago. Today, just I sat in meditation, I remembered something which really happened, and which did not hurt me at that point of time. But today, when I sat in meditation, tears rolled. Why did that happen? Because unconsciously, it's somewhere it was there inside me. And when I'm sitting in meditation, all that dust which is there in our house, similarly, the unnecessary thoughts which are there inside us, is going out. Yes, you should feel more happy. If more and more thoughts are coming, be very happy. Allow all the unnecessary thoughts to go out of you. You should not leave meditation until that last unnecessary thought goes out of you. More thoughts, you're getting more thoughts, be more happy. Let that go out. Let that go out. 15 minutes you're sitting, slowly increase to 20, 30, 40, 1 hour. Even in that 1 hour, you're getting thoughts, it's fine. Tomorrow again sit, tomorrow again. One day, all the unnecessary things will vanish. So you have to give that time to yourself. Keep observing the breath. Yes, again thought comes. Again, be with the breath. Don't connect yourself with the thought. The moment you realize that, okay, why thoughts are coming, I'm meditating, that is a point of success, not a point of failure. Continue, 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 more and more and more meditation. One
Hmm.
day, all the things will go away, and our body will just be like a clean house, which is just after the cleansing process. And then we'll be totally, we'll be in a state to take the 1000% light inside us. And even if the thoughts are coming or not, back end all those things run, but we keep taking the energies, we keep filling ourselves. So definitely do meditation, do more and more and more meditation till all those thoughts vanishes away. That should be the goal.
Okay. And one more thing is like even my sleep, like obviously in the subconscious mind there'll be something or the other keep running. I usually feel like I'm awake the whole night, but I would have slept. But I will feel that I'm awake for the whole night, and and to get rid of those subconscious mind thoughts is quite difficult. And it is not now, it has been happening since more than 15-20 years. I'm
Mm.
still trying to get rid of that, and the moment I go to bed, like my mind starts thinking. So
I understand. I understand. What I suggest you is what I have personally implemented in my life is the only thing I suggest you. Make use of pyramids the most. Okay. Again, I'll narrate a small incident here. From past 14 years, I'm meditating. But the time I moved to Bangalore, I moved into a house which I came to know at a later point of time, which was, first occupied by people who had a lot of non-vegetarian stuff, food. So before my sleeps were very much beautiful, and I used to have very sound sleep. But then from the moment I moved to Bangalore, every night I used to scream and I used to wake up. And this pattern went on for 2-3 years. I used to think maybe something is wrong with me, I have to really change, I have to evolve. But later one day I felt this is Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, and why am I not utilizing a pyramid? One day I just got one small 1 feet pyramid. You'll see it is still there above. 1 feet pyramid I got, and I hung it on my bed, above my bed. From the same day, I stopped, waking up in middle of the night screaming, and I slept aram say very nicely, peacefully. Then I understood, yes, pyramids do have a lot of impact. Then what I did, I took that 1 feet pyramid and I changed it with a 2 feet pyramid, a size 2 feet pyramid. And then I observed that, the entire vibrations of my room changed, and my sleep was much more peaceful. Then I took it, as I experiment a lot, I kept a 3 feet pyramid. From then on, the room's vibrations were like fantastic. The moment I used to enter the room, it was like mind blowing. And I used to refill myself. After coming from office, after 12 hours, 14 hours, when I used to come back, that was like that was the most awaiting moment. I used to come, I used to refill all the energies. Even before going to bath, I used to come sit for a few minutes. Then one day I took that 3 feet pyramid and I kept a 6 feet pyramid, proper 6 feet pyramid on my bed. From then, I must say, lot of transformation has happened inside me. From first 12 years, if it is one journey, last 1 year has been a totally different journey in my entire lifetime. Emotionally, I was not so balanced before. Mentally, I was not this calmer before. But after I got a pyramid and I started sleeping inside it, it's not me being under the pyramid, but me being inside the pyramid. That made a lot of difference. Slowly, changes happened, and gradually within 1 year, when I see, I'm a totally a transformed being. I'll tell you, it's not when we keep a pyramid in the bed or in the room, we think the room vibrations have changed. But I'll tell you one thing. The moment I start from my office and I come, it's almost, very far. When I come towards my home, almost when I'm 5-6 kilometers away, when I'm reaching my home, I start getting those energies. Because one pyramid which is installed actually changes the whole um, place vibrations for very far kilometers. When I'm near my house, I start, gaining those energies. And when I'm almost I've entered my house, I'm already filled up with energy. So, what I suggest, start using pyramids. Sleep under the pyramid or sleep inside a pyramid every day, every day. So, you will see gradually, those things which actually trouble you, or because of which you're not getting sleep, or a lot of unconscious thinking thought patterns which are happening, it will totally come to zero. And if your sleep is peaceful, next day you'll fill yourself with a lot of energy. And before going to sleep, that 15 minutes before, do meditation and gradually go to sleep. So that is one more thing which will help you a lot.
Yes, sure. Thanks, Shavya. And breaking the patterns, yes, regarding the raw food diet, I again started. So I could observe, like when I was on raw food diet, I was getting much more calmer, and my thoughts were little bit come down compared to the regular food which I used to take. So then I thought, okay, let me start for one more week.
Wow.
So, yeah. And thanks, Madhu, for the initiation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lakshmi. And again, beautifully explained, Shravya.
Madhu, when are you going to give me an opportunity of joining your raw food diet?
Yes, what we thought is, Shravya, we just finished the 15 days raw food retreat, and from starting from next month, from January, we are planning to do every month end. We are planning to do a like a raw food retreat. Yes, in a proper way.
I'm in that.
I
Okay.
know. Thank you so much, Shravya. And you have said wonderful thing about the pyramids as well. We have to utilize the pyramids
Yes.
because we had this experience when we were in Egypt, that we had a big pyramid in the living room, and we were having 3 bedrooms, but we were not sleeping in the bedrooms. We were sleeping under the pyramids on the floor. So the sleep is amazing, and the energy is how we feel after we get up. It's really the amount of energy was amazing. So our day was great, and we used to meditate under it. We used to sleep under it, and whenever I want to do some art, I stay in that pyramid and I paint. So you become more creative, and your mind, the thoughts won't be that much. So as you said, that your thoughts will be only to that point where you have to draw. So yeah, that's a
Yes, yes.
wonderful
I've seen that
experience.
pyramid in the one of your Facebook pictures. A very
Yes,
big pyramid where all people fit in.
yes,
Yes, yes,
yes,
that's
yes.
wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Shravya. And we have Ram. Ram wants to share something.
Yes, I've seen he has raised his hand.
I had been waiting for this opportunity. I'm waiting and waiting. Finally, I got this chance.
Okay,
So thanks a lot, Shravya. Thanks a lot. Wonderful sharings, um, wonderful energy. Everything was so nice. So thanks for joining all of us and elevating all our energies today. So thanks a lot. And I'm always inspired by listening to people's stories. And today I'm further inspired, when I know little about you from past, how we were connected, that always doing great service, a selfless service that inspires me a lot. And today your stories had even inspired in thinking that we all are just nothing but manifestations of our own thoughts, of our own way of life. So we are all just books of manifestation. Our life at the end is nothing but, at the end, if we write the end, instead of the end, the manifestation would be how we will all end. It's just a matter of when we all do realize this. So it's wonderfully said. It's just matter of time that we all realize that we are nothing but, every moment is just a manifestation. Either we know or we do not know. So hearing to your experiences again and again makes us realize this. So thanks a lot. And you kept on reinforcing that it is not just about meditation. It is also about reading books. It is also about spending time with people to hear their experiences. It's also about utilizing the tools like pyramids. It's also about being in service, because that is very, very important. So all these things, and also the last example you were sharing about your old tenants who were non-vegetarians. So it's very important that once we know how the food that we take affects us, not just being vegetarians, we need to also speak about it, share about it, tell about it, because the truth that we have within us, or we are experiencing it, if we need to multiply it, it's just about increasing our awareness, which means about sharing it, speaking out about it. So it's wonderful, uh, great, and thanks a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And before we close, I would like to ask you, because I know you're also very much connected to these pyramids, 51 pyramids. .in. Can you please speak a little bit about it? Maybe our friends here would like to get these pyramids. How easily they can get? Are they shipped abroad? Can you please share a little bit about it?
Yes.
What type of pyramids are available?
Definitely. So, friends, everyone, to all of you. So, as I said, pyramids bring a lot of changes in our life, and Patriji always says, in every room, in the four corners, there should be pyramids, because pyramids just doesn't change ourselves, the home, but the entire place around. And one more point, just before telling about the 51 pyramids, which I would like to add, whatever pyramids are coming in, which has been coming all the while. In recent days, I heard from many people in India, we have so many pyramids here. So here, people in recent days, they were saying that, due to COVID, all the centers, everything, generally here, everything is shut down. So people are not much coming to the centers, they're not utilizing the pyramids. The pyramids, it's not being much as utilized as before. But I would tell about one thing here. As we have the reservoirs, as we have the tanks and reservoirs which stores the water, similarly these pyramids are such tools which keep taking the energies. We always hear from you, we would have heard from many pyramid masters and also Patriji, that one pyramid which comes to which is installed or which is constructed, it changes that entire place. The science behind it is, whenever a pyramid is installed or constructed, that pyramid, it gets connected to the star systems directly, and all the energies from the star systems, it gets channeled from there, it gets poured to the earth. So even if a person utilizes that pyramid or doesn't utilize that pyramid, that is secondary. We think, we go, we do meditation, we change, that anyway happens. It's like a ripple effect. But when a pyramid is installed, what happens primarily is, it keeps taking, drawing the energy 24 bar 7, and all the energy it takes, it sends to the earth. That's how the earth's frequencies get increased. If in one person's house there's no pyramid, they doesn't know about meditation, anything, but still if he brings a pyramid and he keeps in his house, even though he uses or he doesn't use, that place get energized. The earth, the earth, the land behind what we see, where we stay, that entire place get energizes with one pyramid. The pyramid always gives energy. If we go and meditate under it, we take that energy. If we keep a glass of water, the water gets energized. Anything we keep, it gets energized. So all the things which we are using, we are trying to use or trying to utilize for ourselves, for others, it's the secondary. First thing which happens when we keep a pyramid is, the environment, the vibrations, the portals for the negativity gets closed there, and those entire things get energized with the high cosmic energy which is channeled from the star systems. So it is very important that all of us have a pyramid in our home. In my house, in every room, there's a pyramid. You will be shocked, but even in my bathroom, there is a pyramid, you know. And one small example which I would like to share is the place where I'm staying before, whenever I used to go to kitchen, okay, I used to cook anything, every day, continuously, there used to be some or the other kind of accident, I mean, in the small ways. I used to get my hand cut, I used to get my hand burned, something or the other used to happen every day. So one day I just went, kept a 2 feet pyramid there. From that day till today, even small incident did not happen. So all the incidents, all the attacks, all these things happens in our life when the energies go low. Energies go slow, our awareness get down, and we lose our consciousness and attacks happens to us. But when there is a pyramid in any place, it will always maintain the energy up, because it's always drawing the energy from the cosmos, and it's, keeping, it's uplifting the energy. So there is no chance that you will have any accident occurring. Even I'll tell you one more example. In my scooty, every day I to and fro drive a lot. Before, there was no pyramid in my scooty, and of course there were distractions. It was good, the drive was bad, all things was there. Recently, after reading a book called as The Healing Power of Pyramids by Joseph Marslow, what I did, I took a pyramid and I just kept it in the dicky and I've closed it. From that day, I'm seeing a difference in the way I'm driving. Whatever are happening around, small accidents keep happening around, skids, all those things happening, but it is not impacting my driving, or it's not, letting any fear come inside me, because my zone where I'm driving or my vehicle is there, it's completely locked with higher energies, so there's no scope for anything to get in. If you're driving a car, to ensure there is one pyramid in the behind your steering, because that pyramid will not allow your focus to get distracted. You will be very much focused on what you're doing. So hence the probability of accidents will come down to even 0 percentage. So friends, always, 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 wherever you are, ensure there is a pyramid above you. Wherever you are, it will always help you to boost up a lot. So if you have any nearby pyramid meditation centers, go there and buy it, or else there is a portal which is there from almost 2.5 years. So this portal is called as 51 pyramids, and we have a website for that. So it's 51pyramids.in, where there are a huge variety of pyramids available, right from a small cap to a big pyramid, which you can keep it on your bed or on your terrace, and it is there, and with multiple materials like plastic, aluminium, copper, crystals. So there are a lot of pyramid meditation aids which are there. So go there. I'll just yeah, I think someone has, okay, thank you Manu, you have already helped me with the link. So you can go there to 51pyramids.in and you can book any pyramid. So even if it is a single cap, which is worth 150 rupees, still we ship it. And it's just not for India, but it's across the globe. And we have been doing it from past almost 2.5 years. So you can go there, visit the website, and yes, that's a beautiful pyramid which Madhu is wearing. So right from a pyramid cap, as she has, to a big pyramid, anything, all these kind of pyramids are available. So go and check the website. And if you have any doubts, or you want to know more about it, I'm just dropping my contact number here. You people can also message me. I'll be very happy to guide you anything with regards to meditation, spirituality, and pyramids. So yeah, that's it. And thank you, Ram, and thank you, Madhu. First of all, whatever project we do here, they both of them are great support. And personally, I like them a lot of creativity. And I've read and I've heard from many people that Madhu, she cooks very well. So I'm eager to join the raw food diet. I'm eager to have her food and also learn some mandala paintings and all. So thank you, Madhu, and thank you, Ram, for always being a great support in all the projects we do here.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sravya. When you said about the pyramids, I would like to add one more thing that a few years back, I think there were places where there were so many accidents happening on the road, and PSSM had installed pyramids. And the traffic police, they were saying that after they have installed the pyramids, the accidents were very minimal, because
Yes,
what you said is very true, that we will be more aware when we are driving, so we
that,
will be more conscious, so at that time accidents won't happen. So I wanted to let our friends know here as well about this wonderful project that PSSM had done. And that's a beautiful, beautiful session, Stravya. I know it's 12:30 for you, and you're still with us, and we really enjoyed. And thank you for being patient and answering all the questions. And every time you share something, you add your experience to it, your life story to it. So that really has an impact on us. And And thank you so much once again for coming here and for giving food for the soul. You have really given a wonderful treat to us today. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sravya.
Thanks a
So,
lot, Shravya. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you everyone for having me here, and all of you have a great day.
thank you. Thank you, Sravya. So friends, that was a wonderful session, isn't it? And we all had taken beautiful insights from Shravya, and we all can manifest whatever we wish to. And tomorrow again we will be having the 15th day of Soul Food Retreat, and we'll be having with us Master Sri Lakshmi, who will be sharing this wonderful concept on conscious co-creators. So when we are conscious, we can create anything. Again, related to the same topic which Sravya had shared today. And tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Germany time, which is 10:30 a.m. India time, we will be having Master Sharu, who will be coming and guiding us into a wonderful meditation. Please do join the sessions, and let us all get these flavors inside us, and let us all enjoy. And do not forget, implement. And today, Sravya had said only meditation won't help. Meditation, reading books, and Sajjana Sangatya, what we had done today, it is very important. That is why I always ask everybody to share their experiences. It is very important to share their experiences. So thank you so much, Sravya. And we will be with the nature. We will, as you also said, this beautiful point that to connect with the nature and to be around. So thank you so much, Sravya. Namaste.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye, Sravya. Bye bye. So
Bye all.
friends,
Namaste.
namaste. So till we see each other tomorrow, have a lovely day, a lovely evening, and a lovely night. Namaste to all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye, Sankeet.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you,
Good
Madhu.
night.
And
Good
bye.
night.
Thank
Bye
you.
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you all so much. Thank
Thank you.
you.